Shalom, shalom, it's following Yahshua. Welcome again to The Rock. Alright, ask the questions. It's going to be a quick video. I do have a long video coming out, a 20-minute video coming out on why I am biblically correct but not politically correct. Why I strive for biblical correctness far more than I ever have political correctness. But, ask the question. Following Yahshua, if you could do something over in this whole situation of coming out, what would it be? You know, homesteading and everything. And honestly, it would have been, I would have came out earlier. It hurts me and bothers me the amount of time I spent wasting away doing nothing. Chasing nothing. Absolutely nothing. The amount of money I spent renting when you could own or finance land and pay far more that you would ever renting, especially in the city. You know, it bothers me when I see the children out here and they're using their minds and growing and building things and constructing things and handling the animals, and just a blessing it is living this quiet, simple, Hebraic lifestyle like our ancient people did. But yet I had them in the city, you know, where there was gangs and drugs, and, shootings almost daily or every other day, a shooting, and had to keep them in the house because of the areas that we lived in. And, you know, you see back there some greens growing. Let me see, I can show you. Got some onions and still got some greens that we just covered with a tarp. Down there we got about 50 or 60 garlic with some onions, and you see some other gardens behind me. I got gardens everywhere. Got garlic everywhere. I have another garlic bed, or probably another 100 garlic that are growing. But, just the good organic food that they get to eat, that the sisters get to eat. The being more self-sufficient, relying more on the work of my hands and the blessings that Yah has put in my hands, opposed to the welfare system. And I'm not just talking about food stamps and cash. I'm talking about the welfare system of waiting for everybody else to take care of you. I thank the Father that I am able to live this thing now. But it does bother me that I wasted so much money, so much time, resources, energy, my youthful years, when I was young, when I was playing college basketball. I imagine if I had to use my body for this instead of chasing an orange ball, trying to put it into a basket, feeling like I had failed because I didn't score enough points or play good enough defense. Instead, I could have been doing this. Heating with wood. Having guaranteed fluoride-free water. Guaranteed. Building with my own hands. Doing things I've never done before. Instead of getting in a rat race. You know. I look at so many people today and they get caught up in the race right out of high school. And I try to warn people from the problems of it. You get out of high school and you immediately jump in and get $40,000, $50,000 in debt. Then you graduate high school and get a job, maybe get married. And I was surprised that people are spending $20,000 for marriages today. That they feel like the state has to give them permission to get married. Otherwise, it's not a marriage unless the state gives me permission to do it. So that's, that people spend upwards of $15,000, $20,000 for a marriage. Now you're $70,000 in debt. Then, gotta buy a house, $200,000, $300,000. Now you're $370,000 in debt. Gotta buy that brand new car for me and for her. $60,000, $70,000 more in debt. Before you know it, you're close to $500,000 in debt. And the whole time, the Bible says the borrower is a servant to the lender. So you have become a servant for the next 60 years, trying to pay off everything that you have borrowed, and you don't own it, because at any point in time you miss that payment in your land or your car, gone. Damn it. Because you paid 20 grand for that wedding, you're not able to afford the lifestyle you did. I mean, saddens me. But I thank the Father that I am here now. I thank the Father that I'm here living this thing now. That I'm able to give this to the sisters. I'm able to give this to the children. It's humbling. To much is given, much is required. Which means Yah is requiring much from me, and I'm going to please my Yah. I thank Him for giving me the opportunity to live our ancient people's lifestyle. I have a video coming out. It's a long video. Coming out again on biblical correctness over political correctness. It'll be about 20 minutes long, and it may offend some people. I hope it doesn't, but if it does, it does. With that being said, I hope you're having a blessed day, and I hope that those that maybe aren't living this yet can put their minds into that and think. You know, you spend how much money on renting? You spend how much money on this frivolous lifestyle that we never get any closer to owning anything. You pay rent, you never get any closer to owning that apartment. You lease a car, you never get any closer to owning it. You're just paying into somebody else, and we're becoming more dependent on them. When I read that book, that is not the way Yah had us to live. That is not the way. The work of our hands, the work of those hands. The work of those hands. Bless you all. Shalom.